This morning, rap mogul Jay-Z is denying allegations he 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay-Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was both men at a Video Music Awards after party in 2000.
You've made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. I look forward to showing you just how different I am.
Because everything that he said, denouncing me and then confirming me and then talking about, that all happened a day before the report about the 9-year-old boy.
Jay-Z finds his name in the news in what is a civil lawsuit on behalf of this 13-year-old. Now, this is a crazy story. This 13-year-old, I guess, lied to her parents about where she was at.
Jay-Z is the center of attention as Django Wright's predictions stir things up once more. The legendary hip-hop artist and Diddy are allegedly involved in a new case, which is making headlines in the business. Is Jay-Z's nearly 2-decade reign coming to an end? Hip-hop's success is symbolized by the friendship between Jay-Z and Diddy, a formidable combo in both music and commerce. However, Jay-Z has remained conspicuously silent since Diddy's latest incarceration. That silence seems much louder in light of these recent accusations.
All right, did you hear about this? Rapper and music mogul Jay-Z is now being accused of a 13-year-old girl with Sean Diddy Combs during an MTV VMA after party in the year 2000. The rapper issued a blistering statement in response and directed his comments at attorney Tony Busby, who filed the suit, saying, quote, "You've made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. I look forward to showing you just how different I am." Criminal defense attorney Lexi Rigdon joins me now. Lexi, good morning to you. What a development here. So another thing Jay-Z said in his statement is that this was a civil suit filed against him. And he said these allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one, essentially saying if I really did these things, treat me the way I should be treated. So how should we be thinking about all of this? What do you think?
Well, that's some denial from him. And, sometimes celebrities have pretty muted denials, like, I'm not going to comment now, or I direct all questions to my lawyers. I actually admire the strength of the denial. I think that at this point, there's no objective indicia of reliability to this complaint. Now, obviously, things are going to play out and we're going to end up learning more. But if you look at it on its face, it's a 24-year-old complaint. Very significantly, he was not named in the lawsuit in the first instance when it was filed. The girl was allegedly 13 at the time it happened, and in the complaint it says that she had been given something and she was quote unquote woozy. And so I think that this just needs to be looked at in kind of a measured way, unlike the media is treating some people.
For Jay-Z, this presents a very difficult situation because unlike Sean Combs, Jay-Z doesn't have the opportunity to say that he's being charged criminally and that this civil case should be paused. Instead, this case could go forward and he would have to sit for depositions, argue, defend, show where his whereabouts were, and the light of day could be very damaging to him both in the court of law and the court of public opinion.
Jay-Z has been famously married to Beyonce for 16 years. They have 3 children together. Today, Jay-Z denying all allegations, saying in part, "My only heartbreak is for my family," adding, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree?" These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. His attorneys quickly taking his rebuttal to court, filing a motion to deny the accuser's request to remain anonymous or dismiss the lawsuit, calling it a cynical and calculated campaign to force payment of an exorbitant sum of money.
There are a number of reasons as to why a defendant would ask that a plaintiff be named in a civil lawsuit such as this. They may simply say that getting the name and the time and place of when something occurred would better allow them to prepare for a defense. The other, probably less benign reason is oftentimes when someone is accused of a crime like this, the accuser doesn't want to be named, and if they are forced to be named, we have seen certain people decide to drop the lawsuit altogether. So it could be a tactic to try to get the lawsuit dropped.
The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward.
This recent revelation stems from one of at least 7 civil lawsuits against Sean Combs filed in October by attorney Tony Busby, all of which allege Combs dozens of victims for over 2 decades.
What shocked me most was that it was going on openly in front of other people.
Jay-Z is staying on the offensive, going after not only the attorney who filed the lawsuit against him and Diddy, that would be Tony Busby, the attorney, but also the accuser. And he has filed a new motion this morning, which we're going to get to in a moment, but basically he wants to level the playing field with the accuser. But first, we got to start with this response that Jay-Z had to the allegation. Catch you up real quick if you hadn't heard, but a woman who had filed a lawsuit against Diddy back in October, alleging that he had her at a VMA after party in the year 2000 when she was only 13 years old.
Right. Remember, this is when she allegedly was given a drink. She felt woozy, and there was Diddy, and there was a male celebrity who was unnamed at the time, and also a female celebrity.
Well, that unnamed celebrity is now named. She refiled the lawsuit on Sunday. She and her attorney, Tony Busby, refiled it and named Jay-Z as that unnamed celebrity involved in the. Jay-Z's response is extraordinary in that, look, we've seen all these lawsuits against Diddy, dozens of them now at this point, and frequently his response has been to deny it, but to say nothing else. Jay-Z went way more than just denying it. He did do that, but then went directly after the attorney. Part of his statement said, "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt from a lawyer named Tony Busby. It made me want to expose you, Tony Busby, for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. You claim to be a Marine? Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity."
Tony Busby is making audacious assertions that have the potential to cause a stir. Investigators allegedly offered his clients money to sue Diddy and Jay-Z, 2 powerful figures in the music industry. It is disturbing and illegal that one client even recorded a conversation that showed money were exchanged. Interestingly, there is now evidence that investigators bribed clients to file a lawsuit against Busby's firm. The complaint against Jay-Z, meanwhile, concerns a 13-year-old fan who was allegedly taken advantage of both Diddy and Jay-Z, tarnishing their names in the business.
This 13-year-old, I guess, lied to her parents about where she was at this night, and she wanted to be at the VMAs. So she rolls over to the Radio City Music Hall. This is in New York City, where the VMAs was being hosted, and she's like trying to get into the VMAs, She can't get in. She's going up to limo drivers and trying to shoot her shot, which at 13 years old, what the hell are you doing at the VMAs? I guess it was a different time. She ends up talking to a limo driver, discussing her plan, what she's trying to do. And apparently this driver was like, "Hey, Diddy likes young girls," I'm paraphrasing here, "and you're exactly perfect for the job here." And that's how she ends up getting exactly what she's wanted here. She goes to this after party hosted by P. Diddy, and she's there with Sean Diddy Combs, Sean Carter, who we know as Jay-Z, and Celebrity B, which is this female celebrity.
A 13-year-old girl named Do, according to the lawsuit, met Diddy and Jay-Z at a party following the MTV VMAs in 2000. She was allegedly brought to the party by a Diddy driver, where she allegedly signed what she thought was a non-disclosure agreement. She says that while Jay-Z and others watched, Diddy drugged her and then attacked her inside. Though there are differing views, Jay-Z disputes the accusations. Some contend that he is unjustly being associated with controversies, while others cast doubt on his innocence by citing his relationships with people like Diddy and R. Kelly.
Because we are the Hove cast, right? I do want to tiptoe around this. Not tiptoe, but like, I do want to be objective in this, and I want you guys to share the reasoning for why you don't believe this case in general. And I don't want it to just be because I know Jay-Z. I want to talk about.
It's not about no.
I don't even like. I don't
that's
like
not
know
even
it.
it. That's not it at all. It's just this is just absolute. Okay, so a 13-year-old girl signed the NDA, went to an after party. She escaped the house, made it across the street down the block to a gas station. Called her father. Her father picks her up from this gas station, this was in 2000. It's supposed to be so 24 years ago. This happened. And this is the first time where ever like the father didn't go in that house.
I don't really want to go that route because I do think there is a world where that's probably happened somewhere. Like it's always tough to say with his time. I always think that's a cheap thing because there's been plenty of that are true that do come out 20 years later. It's a rough process for women when these types of things happen, especially when they are children and maybe we're out doing something they shouldn't have done. Like I shouldn't be at this party and I'm not going to tell anyone that I got keep it to themselves until they're adults and their brain processes it. So that's not why I don't think this is true. I think it's the moves that have been made since October with this case aren't really movements of someone that is guilty. Is really where I'm on the side. I
just none of this is believable. None of it. It's just the most
I agree. I don't
thing.
think
Like what is this?
But you can understand because kind of what Damaris is prying. Like optically, you can understand why the internet and some people would feel emboldened enough to turn against Jay and say, we knew it, he's been this guy, you know, and if you they're just kind of going with the story, you can see why, like, because when they say,
I'm gonna get into my objective parts in a second.
People online say he's been this guy, what does that mean?
Just optically, he said for a long-standing friendship with Diddy, they do the brunch thing. There's obviously all you need is a bunch of photos with someone, and then you're accused of everything that person did.
That's true. Crazy.
He did 2 tours with R. Kelly. They have 2 albums together. Like, there's just like it's just enough for people to be like, oh yes, this makes sense.
There's no way you're next to all these nasty people and not being nasty.
You're not.
Yeah, and I hear what you're saying with that.
She's going by Jane Doe in this case, filed the complaint back in October, but has just now revised it to include Jay-Z, making him the first celebrity to actually be named in a case with Diddy. And let's just say that the internet is not surprised, nor do they have much sympathy. Somebody commented and said, this is the least surprising headline I've read on X in years. Another person said, I was waiting for the Jay-Z stories. I believe it. I mean, guys, like the comments go on for miles here. Well, we tried to tell you, not shocked. We already knew he was involved. Now, obviously, this is incredibly important to note, especially if we're being consistent here, but in this country, people are innocent until proven guilty. Even people who have been close friends with Diddy for like 30 years and most likely knew about or attended his freak-offs, even they are innocent until proven guilty. That is how our justice system works, and hopefully we still have a shred of integrity. But in the court of public opinion, Jay-Z is done, and apparently he's been done for a while. Somebody commented and said, Jay-Z was close friends with R. Kelly, Diddy, Harvey Weinstein, and now suddenly there's no way he could be a LMFAO. There is thread upon thread upon thread exposing him, going viral on X, literally racking up upwards of 20 million views each. One of them said, Jay-Z, a criminal turned tycoon, a thread exposing all the rapper's involvements with minors and a real. And the one thing that all of these threads bring up and really start with is the age discrepancy with when he met and started dating Beyonce, who was 12 years younger than him, and the fact that they've never really given a clear answer. They've said anything from 15 years old to 19 years old.
At their daughter Blue Ivy's red carpet premiere, Jay-Z and Beyonce made a powerful public statement in spite of the persistent accusations. The couple's cool and tranquil demeanor made it obvious that family came first.
Hi, Beyonce. Hi. Ooh, you look beautiful. Also, you're left here. Turn to the left. Go on the left. Look, we get to the left. Right now, bro.
right here. Just look it down here.
Joey, I want to start with just the statement from Jay-Z, which is so forceful in its denial. I just read a teeny part of it, it's long, where he says that they should file a criminal complaint. Is that even possible at this point?
So based on the allegations, Jessica, good morning, good to see you. I think that it certainly could be. Why do I say that? Now, he, of course, is more than annoyed, would be an understatement. He has a family and he has a lot to protect, including his brand. But to the extent that he's saying, hey, come after me criminally, that could be likely. Why do I say that? Because New York, and what's alleged in this complaint is forcible compulsion. What that means in English is that it's saying that he held her down, her, and that of course the allegation is that Mr. Combs did the same thing. And so if those facts are actually accurate, it would require an investigation by prosecutors, and if true, right, you could pursue it criminally. Now, with respect to the evidentiary value, yes, it happened 24 years ago, right, more than 24 years ago, but in the allegations there's a few things. Number one, there's allegation that another celebrity was present at the time, right, in addition to other people. Number two, there's the claim by the victim, right, that she left, that she went and she was seen by a gas attendant who saw her in distress. Number three, that she phone called her dad, who showed up, the 13-year-old, and now removed her. So civil complaint, simply allegations, needs to be proven in a court of law, but if true, it could rise to the level of criminality, and we'll see what happens, or if the DA looks and investigates.
Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick.
50 Cent explains his choice to mock Jay-Z amid allegations against the rapper and Sean Diddy Combs. The 49-year-old is explaining why he chose to take to X, formerly Twitter, to troll Jay-Z amid allegations that were filed in a December 8th lawsuit. After news of the claims broke, 50 Cent posted on the platform questioning the status of the Super Bowl halftime show, which Jay-Z's Rock Nation curates with the NFL. Then in an interview on December 9th, the rapper explains what was behind his joke.
For a friend. Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick. I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way. Because look, they will fall back. The NFL, they won't necessarily be associated.
Right. The rapper didn't stop there, though. On December 9th, after Jay-Z attended the Mufasa premiere with his wife Beyonce and their daughter Blue Ivy, 50 posted on Instagram in a since-deleted message poking fun at Jay-Z for attending amid the legal drama.
Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard and outspoken opponent, has sparked a frenzy online with his most recent accusation as the situation surrounding Jay-Z and Diddy intensifies. Deal claims that Jay-Z was covertly participating in Diddy's alleged wrongdoings the entire time, rather than only an innocent observer.
This is a tough day because look, and I have to say I don't know the truth. But Jaguar has been warning us about Jay-Z. Jay-Z has now had an official lawsuit. It's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading. But the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan.
Is Beyonce celebrity B?
I hope to God not. But she was around. And she's very... she's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry.
Well,
what I
look.
will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he is. From the second that I did Pierce Morgan, they've been trying to convince people that I had something to do with these girls. Because when I was on Pierce Morgan, I said I had 3 victims that were ready to come forward. The problem is I didn't say I had Diddy victims. I said I have 3 victims against the Carters. That's not Diddy.
Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. How many up people does he have to be around before people see him for who he is?
It seems like these artists are trying to run away from their past. Diddy changed his name multiple times to say, that's not me, I'm trying to move beyond Diddy, I'm Love now. It seems like Jay-Z would try to run away from his past.
Calling that love and anything that he did love. Brother love. What kind of love? Baby oil love. Baby love. Baby love. Explicit love. Hey! They never thought that hip hop would take it this far.
Oh man, it's different now.
These lyrics are all hitting different right now. All the people talking about fathers, all kinds of stuff.
So let's just start with Pierce Morgan because there's a headline that went out that was very powerful that people are running with where it just says, Jay-Z is the real monster. Now, before you speak on it, to even get to Pierce Morgan, can you explain how that took place and why even take that interview to go forward?
Well, excuse me. I can't say that I sought it out because I didn't. Truth is we didn't see it coming. But I have to credit Odell.
Got Odeezy.
My love. I have to credit him because since we've combined and joined forces and become a hell of an investigative journalism team. See, I'm the content, I'm the passion, I'm the voice. I'm also the brain, but I do too much by myself. That's the brain. That's the administrator. That's the bloodhound. And there were so many people that hacked into so many of my accounts. People didn't even know how to get in touch with me anymore. And Odell created that lane. And they reached out to him. Pierce Morgan's producers called him directly. And we talked about it briefly, and I said, we have to do it. We have to. Because the one thing I know about Pierce Morgan is he is a smart prey.
What do you think then? Is another big music mogul on the verge of collapse? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. For more astounding music industry secrets, remember to like, share, and subscribe if you're addicted to all the drama. Stay tuned, family. Till next time.